Hello everyone, welcome back to Sci Fishes. Let's take a look at this Ridgemonkey Lite, another gift that I got for my birthday. As you can see, I've been buying some random stuff from Temu. These, as you must know, are from Jaws, and these are going to go on the wall of my fishing garage. But let's check out this bivy light, the Elite IR from Ridgemonkey. I've only just got it out of the box, so I don't know how it works yet. It shows you on the front the different colours. You can go white, red or green, and the battery life is up to 180 hours. Wow. So you get a nice little remote control with this. It's very well made. You also get this, which has got a threaded end which can go into a bank stick. So if you imagine this is on the bank stick pushed into the ground. Here's the light, and it just magnetizes to that. And here is the light itself. It's about 10 inches long, I guess. So on this end it's got a little hole where you can charge it via a USB. Let me flick to a video I recorded earlier on. So you got the USB that end. You got the Ridgemonkey little logo and name. And on the far end you've got 4 lights. You can see how much charge it's got in it, so you know when it's fully charged. And as you can see, like most things nowadays, it's made in China. There's something else you get with it. You get this strip of metal which can be used to magnetize. You can magnetize it to your brolly, to your bivvy, and just as an example, I've just magnetized it to the curtain just to show you. So you've got the metal strip behind, so you can imagine that's your bivvy or brolly material. So I won't read the whole lot of writing on the back, but I'll just read the features. It says 3 colours, white, red and green, smooth brightness control, wireless remote control, built-in rechargeable lithium-ion battery, quad LED power indicator, micro USB charging port, sealed 1P64 dust and water resistant, robust construction and sleek gunmetal grey finish, protected registered design. So the exciting time has come. Let's go and test it out. It's daylight, so let's go and lock myself in the garage, put this in place, turn the lights off, and then use the remote control and just see how good it really is. So I thought I'd quickly show you this leaflet before I put the light on and test it out. Just shows you how you can mount it either on the bank stick or on the magnet, and it kind of shows you how the control works, which I find that a bit confusing, to be honest. I'd rather just press the buttons and figure it out myself. And it's all self-explanatory percentage wise. Each time one of those bars disappears in the chart, you lose 25% each time. So it shows the power button and it says 3M, which I'm guessing is 3 meters. Does that mean the remote control only works from 3 meters away? And I don't know what this 50% means in that strange shape. Here's some random purchases from Temu. Maybe that can be another video I can make and talk about. Got some new LEDs there, but these are just from eBay. I think it was 10 quid for 10 NGT LEDs. Let's get back to the Ridgemonkey Lite. So I've screwed it onto a bank stick, which is just sitting on my bag. Oops, let's lock that up. Put the light on it. Okay, light on, control ready. Shut the doors. Shut the other door. Controller ready. So if you're in the dark, if you can feel around, you can feel all these buttons. So if it's completely black, you know the button at the top on its own is the power button. So that's good to remember. So light out. Very dark. Okay. Power button. Hang on. Power button. No. So it's not coming on. Maybe you have to turn it on by hand to start with. So maybe you have to turn that on before the controller works. So lights on. Turn main light out. So we got this on. Let's have a go with this controller. So off, on. Okay, it's working now. So let's go with, if we go with the plus button on the left, changes to red, middle button, white, and I'm guessing green, third button on the right. Okay, so that's pretty good. So let's see if the brightness changes. So this is the plus. I'm going to make this green light brighter. Let's see if I hold it down continuously. So that seems to have lit up the garage. You can see the firewall. So I'm going to do the button down to make it less bright. So let's put the camera on the firewall. I want to do the brightness down of the green. So wow, that really did dim the light. That worked, the brightness. So once again, if I do the brightness up with the green, shining on the firewall of the garage, visibly you can see that happening, can't you? If I press the left side, it'll change to red. So let's go completely dark with the red, as dim as possible. So that's really not throwing a light at all. Let's do the test on the firewall. There's a tiny glow. Let's do the brightness up of the red. It really does throw a light. And while we're at it, change to white. Let's go dull as possible, all the way down. So it's a really simple control to use. Here we go. Let's do the firewall. Can just about see the outline of things. Let's do the brightness of the white. Pretty good. It throws a light pretty far. Maybe that 3 meters that I mentioned earlier is the brightness, the distance the light travels, possibly, because that might be all just over 3 meters to the far wall. So let's see, I'm about 5 meters away from this now. Let's see if the control, yeah, the control is still working. I'm 5 meters away. So I think that 3 meters isn't the distance the controller works. I think the 3 meters might be the distance the light is thrown at full blast, at full brightness. But this controller, yeah, I'm 5 or 6 meters away and it's still working. And light off. So the controller's pretty self-explanatory, really. You have to turn the power on the light itself, before this power button can switch it on and off. And then each colour, it's obvious, you just, if you're changing from whichever colour you want, you just press the plus button to switch from red to white to green, and the brightness up and down. Simple. One thing I think it could do with and would improve it is, can you see this light I got here? This is a cheaper light that I bought, and I got this from B&M. It's made by Energizer. It comes with a magnetic strip as well, you can see, and also you can hook it with the hook inside your bivvy or wherever you want. But the reason I bought this one is because of this on the front. So this is a little PIR, it's a little sensor, so when you walk close to it, or if anything walks in front of the sensor, even an animal in the night time, this will ping on. So it's really good for when you get a run, you can leave this out by your rods, you run outside, this pings on, the light comes on because of the sensor. That will be really good if the Ridgemonkey one had it as well, because in the panic of having a screaming run, you may not always grab the remote control to switch this light on. But having the little sensor, it'll throw a bit of light on the subject in the middle of the night time. So if anyone from Ridgemonkey watches this video, this has got a toggle, so you can switch it once, which is now on the sensor. So hang on, there you go, lights come on. You switch it again and it stays on like a solid light. So what I'll do, I'll switch it onto the sensor and then I'll turn the lights out and show you just how good this is. So the light's gone out. I want to start to walk towards it. Hopefully I don't trip up anything. Walking towards it. Boom! You can see your rods, you can see everything. So I'd say a little sensor light on this would improve it even more, with a little toggle switch, and you can choose between whether the sensor is active or whether it's just used as a normal light. So really happy with this light. You can see I'm slowly getting sorted with my garage. Look, the bait shelf, which is supposed to be DIY shelf and is now turning into onion storage. Yes, I need to get these up on the wall. Started to put some rods up on the wall. Maybe this can go there. These are only like £2 or £3 from Temu. They're such a bargain. So if you're looking for a fishing light, these are real good quality. They're really well built. They feel solid, and that's what you'd expect from Ridgemonkey. Dan's got one, Scott's got one, and thanks to Scott, now I've got one. So thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe if this is the first time you've watched one of my videos. This is a decent light. Right.